The revival a lot of folks have been begging for is finally here. Peacock's Mr. Monk's Last Case. It's time to talk about it. Let's go. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Klepcx FM, brought to you by WeAreCritiX.com, a place where we talk about movies, television, pop culture, and if you're into that kind of thing, make sure you hit that subscribe key and that notification bell so you can be up to speed about everything that I talk about here. Now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Peacock is bringing back a fan favorite character. That's right, Adrian Monk is back, but in movie form, going straight to Peacock in Mr. Monk's Last Case. Now, this stars, of course, Tony Shalhoub, because you can't do Monk without Tony Shalhoub, right? Well, he is back, and he's back with a bunch of his friends from the original series. Now, full disclosure, I have never been a fan, like, not that I didn't like the show, but I didn't watch the show as much as a lot of other people out there, but I knew exactly who and what it was. I knew it was on for a very long time. I think it ran from 2002 to like 2009, and then it had a great finale and a fan favorite finale. A lot of fans loved the way that it was wrapped up. But now, Peacock is bringing it back in a brand new movie, again, titled Mr. Monk's Last Case. And before I tell you about what I thought about this film, because I have seen it, let's talk about what it's about. So, Mr. Monk's Last Case. I'm not even gonna lie. Watching this series as like a casual who never really was, glued to the actual show, I fell in love with this character. I fell in love with all the characters, but mostly Monk. He is an OCD former detective this time. He's not a detective as he was throughout the series. Now he's kind of retired, and let's just say that he hasn't adapted very well this time around. Something happens which kind of brings him back in the swing of things that is very, very personal to him. I know we know from the previous, the series, it was all about him trying to solve the murder of his wife. Along the way, he would solve like a week-to-week, villain of the week kind of thing, solve murders that way. But the overall premise was he was a detective who had lost his wife in the grand finale. Spoiler alert, if you've watched the show, that kind of wraps up in a pretty little bow. And people were satisfied with that. Now, in this one, he's dealing with another murder that's very close to home. I won't tell you no more about that. And along the way, a lot of his friends come back. That's right. And I'm talking about Natalie comes back. Randy comes back. What's that guy? Stottlemyre? Stottlemyre comes back. Listen, this thing is like a full-blown reunion, the reunion you all have been asking for. And watching this and doing research and watching, previous episodes, there is a lot of nod to, the original series that the fans, I'm sure, are going to really get a kick out of and enjoy. I sure as hell did. And I feel like, I wasn't even as connected to it as a lot of people were, but it was fun. And just watching Monk in this, you get the same Monk, man. Like, he's very extremely OCD, and that's part of the funniest stuff for me. It takes place after the pandemic, so there's a lot of pandemic jokes in it that still hit. It still work, because if you like Monk and you know Monk, you know that situation would have been out of hand, just immediately out of hand. And, that follows him, and it's funny. I laughed a lot. Just watching the way he kind of maneuvers through life and having that little thing over his head about the pandemic and how people are dealing with it and stuff like that. This probably would have worked a lot better had it come out around that time. But I still enjoyed it. Let's see. There's a new character in this thing. I will tell you this: the movie. It plays very on the nose, and it's very predictable off jump for me anyways, and I'm pretty sure if that's the tone, a lot of you probably know that. Like, there's a new character introduced in this thing who's one of my favorite actors. I loved him since he was in that show, The Following. He played Joe Carroll, which I thought was a phenomenal character on television, and it's so sad that show got canceled. But what's his name? James Purefoy, he's in this as well as some other kind of familiar faces, but a lot of people I can't really call where they're from. But there's a lot of newcomers in this thing that make this thing kind of work well. I will say this though, outside of it being a little predictable, it ends so well. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I was enjoying this, but watching that ending and just kind of like learning the character for the first time, you full on get like immersed in who Monk is and who he has been and what he was to not only the characters in that world but what to the fans. So I think that the ending is a great, amazing love letter to the fans of the show and character. And this is coming from a complete casual. Like, I was like, wow, that's so dope the way that they ended this movie. So I think that the fans are gonna really latch onto that and have a really good time with not only just the movie but the ending being pretty satisfying. And let's just say maybe there could possibly be some things in the future. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see. And if there are, count me in. I think I'm gonna be a Monk fan going forward after this. Guys and girls, you guys let me know. Are you excited to watch Mr. Monk's last case? Did you even know it was coming? Because Peacock was a little humble with the promotion on this and the marketing. Only like real fans have been kind of commenting about it on the trailer and everything like that. I do highly recommend it, especially if you're a Monk fan. It literally doesn't skip a beat from what the series was. It's good to see everyone a little bit older but still in their character and in their place. So yeah, check it out, guys and girls. Let me know. It comes out this weekend, December 8th. Monk's Last Case, Mr. Monk's Last Case. Like, comment, share. Make sure you subscribe. And for more movie news, television news, and pop culture, check out wearecritics.com. And I will talk to you all later. Peace.